What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about the best wide receivers available and what you should be doing as far as training points and the ones that you're going to power up. Now, this is a very, very delicate situation because, obviously they just released the primetime performer Mike Evans, but with his speed, he's just not somebody that I would recommend. All right, let me just go ahead and show you what's going on. With this game, right, a lot of people still don't understand, like, depending on the thresholds that you think matter, if you really think that an 86 speed receiver is going to be putting in work like how he did in real life, you're sadly mistaken. What happens is this, right? Dudes are going to press you out of zone, and they're going to press you into the ground, all right? You're going to end up in hell with the devil chilling. That's pretty much what's going to happen. Even though he should be able to get off of the press, it all depends. If you start playing against dudes that have high press, like maybe like a Jalen Ramsey or something like that. You got Xavier Rhodes. If you start playing against guys like that, it gets really, really intense very fast. Okay, so when you look at this card right now, some of you guys have been asking me, when you power them up, you get the 86. You could do the sprinter or whatever like that, spend more money, which I don't really recommend doing. You see, I was going to do some of those sprinter chems, and then I realized I'm an idiot. You see what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing right now? Like, am I really going to invest 1,000 training points per card for mad cards? And unless they do like a bulk thing with training points where it seems like a deal, which I think they'll probably do later in the year because right now they want everybody spending money. I don't think I'm going to do that sprinter chem stuff because it's just going to cost too much. It just doesn't make any sense to do it. Like, if you realistically think about it, if you go ahead and you add the +3 speed to this guy, he'll still be 88. And then you would have to have all Tampa Bay 50 Tampa Bay players add another, 3 plus 3 speed. So EA is putting like that whole situation like, yeah, you can do it, but it's also impossible. All right. So when I look at this card right now, it's a primetime performer. He's 6'5", stuff like that. I wouldn't waste money on this because maybe by Christmas, they might wait for Calvin Johnson in Christmas, but I don't know because they usually waited for Michael Vick and they put him out early also. So I don't know. Calvin Johnson should definitely be at least a 90, 91 speed. Right? And then when you probably chem him and whatever, power him up, he should be like a 92. That's what I'm thinking. They're going to have him at a decent speed because if they do like a Herman Moore situation, let me show you what's going on right now. If they do like a Herman Moore situation, it's going to be really, really bad because nobody's going to buy him. Like, you can't have this dude out there, Calvin Johnson, just like Megatron, just being mad slow. Like, it doesn't make any sense is what I'm trying to say. So when you look at it from that aspect, like Randy Moss is there. I think, what was Herman Moore, 92? Let's go ahead and check that out. All right, so Herman Moore, okay, so he's still a limited card. He's going for a decent amount, right? 700K. He quick sells for like 500K, so nobody's going to really put him at that price because you're not making any money at all. But the interesting thing about this card, like I said, you can, I think, what is he? He goes to like a 90, right? When you, no. This is just the card. He's just a limited. He's no power up. So you would have to actually have Lions players and all other kind of stuff to get him up or use the sprinter. Like the sprinter chem and stuff like that, get 30 players with sprinter chem to get his get +3 speed to him. Again, people have to understand this, right? Because look, this is what happens with the sprinter chem, and I've been thinking about it as well. Say that you go ahead and you invest 1,000 points in the sprinter chem, right? And if you guys don't understand what that is, I'm gonna go right now and I'm gonna detail it to you so that everybody can understand what's going on and why I actually came to my senses. Like, you know what? I can't be rolling like this. I can't get jiggy with this. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I can get jiggy with this. It's starting to get wild. So pretty much right here, when you go to the physical chem, you'll see the sprinter, right? And then you need 30 of these players to get +2 speed. All right, you get +1 acceleration and +2 speed. So just think about that, 1,000 training points, right? So what do we say? Like 60K will get you about 775. So carry the 1, like 1.8 mil, something like that. It's going to cost you to get the 30 players that you need with this chem, right? So you're going to spend 2 million coins. Now, look, just think about it like this, right? Say somebody else comes out and you got to, you want to take that off. Pretty much what they would see, it's going to be kind of, you're going to have to pay the coins to get it back. But I just think that most of the time, even if they give you back some of it, you're going to lose a lot because it's 1,000, right? Now, the interesting thing about it is this. You know what's funny about that situation and what made me come to my senses? When I went to Jalen Ramsey yesterday, I looked at what it would be for his sprinter chem, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, hold on, 2,500 for +2? Like over here, right? You can go +2 with the sprinter chem. But why are you charging 2,500? Shouldn't it just be 2,000? Shouldn't it just be double? That's when I realized, like, you know what, EA? Like, I'm not going to put myself in a situation to really even deal with this stuff. All right, so as far as the sprinter king goes with the receivers, I don't think that it's wise to spend training points on that unless you're just Mr. Moneybags and you don't care. If that's your case, then do what you have to do. Like, nobody can stop you, bro. You're balling on a budget. Well, not a budget because you're straight Scrooge McDuck with your funds. Do what you got to do. But for most of us, even though you have the money and you can buy the packs and do it, I would not recommend it. All right. So moving on from that now, right? When you look at the best receivers in the game, Randy Moss and Tyreek Hill are the best wide receivers in the game, in my opinion, right now. Now you might say to me, okay, I got Jerry Rice starting, right, and he's an 89 speed, okay. But the reasoning behind Jerry Rice starting is he still adds a little bit more because Tyreek Hill, his blocking is questionable. Even though this guy's run block is a 49, it's still better than Tyreek Hill's, I believe. I gotta go check it, but I think I checked it the last video that I told you I was gonna check it, and I saw exactly what was going on. The upside of Jerry Rice is very, very huge, and I know he's not as fast right now, but as we get those captain tokens to continue to upgrade him, he's going to get better and better. Let me continue to explain why, though, he's a starter. Most of the time in some of the sets that I run, I don't want to waste my time having to put Tyreek Hill in the slot. So leaving him right there as the slot guy, and then also what you could also do is just make him the slot wide receiver here and then start him over there on the other side. But then that creates, like, it's sometimes confusion. I tried it that way. I didn't really like the way it turned out because, like, my formations were all screwy. So I wouldn't recommend that, all right? I would definitely just stay along the lines of, all right, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to, just put him in the slot, and then we'll move him to the outside in formations where we just want him to go deep and just burn the CPU. Okay, now, the next thing. Why is he one of the best wide receivers in the game right now? It's very, very simple for me to explain that to you, okay? Tyreek Hill is a 93 speed receiver, all right? Let me explain to you what happens. Even though in certain cases, when you try to burn somebody deep, they literally don't go anywhere, he still gives you the best chance to get by defenders. All right, now there are glitchy routes where you have the post route that stretches all the way across the field where other receivers like the Antonio Brown chemmed up, other receivers can still do it even though they're not as fast, but developing the play and with the speed and everything that Tyreek Hill offers, he is still one of the best receivers in the game right now because he's going to get by people a lot faster than everybody else. He's just going to do that. It doesn't matter what route you have him on. He's going to get past people a lot faster than other receivers, okay? So I would highly recommend him. Okay, so you guys are asking me, Gmia, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? This is why I'm giving you guys these videos. There's a reason why no matter what Randy Moss does, he has not been rage sold yet. The only thing that I have to do, though, is I have to take Energizer off of him. Because Energizer doesn't really suit him because he doesn't have a spin move. This guy is garbage with the spin move. I don't think he's elusive. Let me check his spin move and everything. Because he literally, when he tries to spin, he just drops on the ground. The dude his elusive, see, 79 elusiveness, spin move 77. So with the Energizer Chem, that doesn't fit him. Now, Tyreek Hill, I think I could probably put it on him, though. And it'll be better for him because his elusiveness is a lot better, I believe. So he's an 88, which I believe is the, the 82 spin move is not too good. But the 88 elusiveness, that's a little bit better. And I think that it'll be better suited for him. So if you do it, I'm going to actually take that Energizer off of Randy Moss. And it would probably be better on Tyreek Hill because Tyreek Hill can do stuff. Like, he's not just going to, just fall on the ground. Playmaker is too expensive. Juke Specialist, a lot of you guys are recommending it, but I don't really juke that much because the juking, what happens is, if you try to juke somebody one-on-one, you might as well spin, in my opinion, okay? The reasoning behind it is the spin move is like it's the best way to get around defenders this year right now, right? The juke move does work, and I use it sometimes. A lot of you guys are like, yo, bro, the juke move specialist, bro, that's where it is. I think for him, it would be better for this because he's more likely to get a spin move off, and then if he gets a temporary stamina refill, he'll keep his speed up. Plus, I use him on kick returns, so it might be better if I just do that with him. So that's probably what I'm going to look to do as far as my training points go and using it. I'm going to take it off of Moss, but I don't know what I'm going to add to Moss. But the reasoning why I'm explaining it to you like this is that when you build up your receiver and you power up Tyreek Hill or Randy Moss, you don't want to use Energizer on him. But Tyreek Hill, I think it'll be, more suitable. When we look at everything else that's available for Randy Moss, he only has playmaker and return man. And I'm not going to use him on return. So, maybe he's just going to be empty. It's just useless to have it on him, but it costs me coins to remove it. So I might, what I'm saying, it's just going to stay there because like with most of the upgrades that you do, you get a refund with training points. In that case, you got to actually pay EA to get something off. So it's like, okay, EA, thank you. And then what are you going to do with the coins, EA? You know what I'm saying? Like it goes to an imaginary bank, bro. Like you guys generate the fake coins. So I don't know why we're paying to take the chem off, but that's neither here nor there. I guess it's to do it like that so that people don't constantly put it on and take it off constantly. It's costing you something. But that's what these two are my top guys. Now, how good is Jerry Rice? As you guys know, in one of my previous videos, I rage sold OBJ and I went with Jerry Rice. How good is he? Does he drop the ball? He does, but he catches the ball a lot more often. OBJ is also a glitch when it comes to like the aggressive catch as well, but this guy is really, really good. All right, like he'll catch the ball a majority of the times. As he gets better, maybe they up the catching stats and it matters and he will only get better. So for now, the only 3 receivers that I would recommend are here. Now, AJ Green is probably going to get a team of the week after his performance. It's a lot of other receivers that you guys can argue about. I don't really care about those guys because stat-wise, this works. So if you're close to getting any of these receivers, you should probably go through with it, is what I'm trying to say. Because I rage sell almost everyone. There's a reason why these 3 guys are still on the squad. Okay? And I'm just making you guys understand that the last game I played, Tyreek Hill caught a ball that he got black. Somebody hit stick him and his colon fell out and he still held onto the ball. So that's a good thing as well. You know what I'm saying? So just to make you guys understand, he can hold on to the ball a little bit better since the last patch. A lot of other things are kind of wacky, but he can hold on to the ball since the last patch. Just so that we're on the same page with that. All right? So these are the 3 I would recommend. Let me know if you have any other questions or comments, but understand that if you ask me, what about this? What about that? I'm explaining to you why these guys are really, really good. If you want to go another route and you figure like, Antonio Brown powered up, he does good stuff for you, that's no problem, bro. If he works for you, that's great. But what I'm saying to you is that in this game right now, if you see these 3 receivers and you're matched up against them, they are a nightmare for any corner to cover. All 3 of these guys right now, even with Jerry Rice having only 89 speed, if you streak him or fade him, he's just gone. He's gone. He's moving. You know what I'm saying? It's a really, really good thing. So he to me is just a taller OBJ if you go stat for stat, and it works out better for me right there. So, like I said, I'm always willing to try to figure out what we could do to get our teams better. Let me know what you're thinking. Definitely go over to Twitter at GmiasWorld, Facebook, Instagram at GmiasWorld. Definitely subscribe to GmiasWorld Gaming and GmiasWorld Podcast. I'm gonna talk to you guys and girls later. One love.